everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So, getting right into this, what is this channel about, Tabor Talk? As you know, people who follow me, this is unedited, unscripted. I have something on my mind, a thought, and I just turn on record and I start talking. So some people like it, and some of the criticisms are, let's see. So I talk about everything under the sun. So this channel is really for the intelligent non-specialists. So I have a shit ton of interests, but I'm not really an expert in any of these areas. Now, I know quite a bit about stuff. I've been playing guitar for 30 years. Really finger style, and I'm pretty good. Not, I sometimes give some lessons and play my guitar, but am I the best guitar player in the world? Absolutely not. I'm a huge UFC fan, MMA. I'm a lifetime mixed martial artist, I should say. I started mixed martial arts back in the early 2000s when I was actually in my 40s. I started with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, and then back to wrestling. I wrestled in high school and in boxing. So there you go. So I'm a guitar player who likes mixed martial arts, and I talk about religion. I had an NDA, talk about my life. Like, for example, I just opened this up here. Some of my playlists: conspiracies, atheism, film and TV, mixed martial arts, Mike at the Movie, Islam and ISIS, combat sports, dating, consciousness, English grammar, critical thinking, fashion, and a lot of politics, Trump. So, good and bad. So, some people are like, look for niche. Now, let me sort of analogize this with my professional life. So, I used to be a recruiter, an executive search consultant, a headhunter. Okay, so my area of focus was clinical research in the biotech and pharmaceutical industries. So when I first got into recruiting back in 2000, I actually worked for an MRI company, management recruiters. I had, before that I had sales and whatever, and I go, oh, this headhunting, I know people can make a lot of money. And I'm like, I didn't even know what industry I wanted to go for. I actually started in the food and beverage industry, sales and marketing, and then I finally sort of landed. I love science, and I thought that was really interesting, and I ended up in biotech and pharmaceutical. But obviously it's huge. Like, what do you mean you're going to fill positions? And then I talk to some people like, oh, we do everything from CEOs to sales. I go, listen, man, dude, you got to fucking focus. You got to find a niche. Who's going to work with you? Like, oh, I work pharma, biotech, and do you need me to help you out? I mean, it's just absurd. So the tighter your niche, the better and more successful you are. And I'll explain why. So first of all, my focus was biotech, pharmaceutical industries. That's it. I mean, you could get clinical research, biotech, pharmaceutical, and I recruited across the whole country, right? So some people even focus geography. There are some people who just work Northeast clinical research. But the jobs I place are really clinical research associates, project managers, some director level positions, but really kind of, and then why it was so effective was I knew everything about what these people did. Clinical research associates. I knew how a drug was, you have an IND, and then you have preclinical, which is trials with animals, and then you go into human trials, clinical trials. There are 4 phases, blah blah blah. From start to finish, it takes like 12 years. Literally, it's crazy. So I knew all about this, and the other important point was I knew all the people who did this. I had a network. So okay, so there's the analogy. You see what I mean? The tighter your niche, the more effective you are, the deeper you could get, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's work. Now, this YouTube, that's in the work, professional work and making money and all that. So, but here's what I think my channel is. I want you to, I guess, like me, my personality. Like, I talk about everything under the sun. I'm a person, right? I'm a human being. This is not work. It's like I have a lot of interests. I play guitar, like mixed martial arts. I'm interested in politics and history and film. And it's kind of like I'm a guy, like, you know, like a friend, right? So that's what I like. I'm kind of like the Joe Rogan show. Like Joe is an expert in martial arts, but he talks about everything and it's fun. So, okay. Give me some feedback. I read all the comments and I'll leave it at that. Okay. Should I be a specialist or a generalist? Tabor Talk, I say, is for the intelligent non-specialist. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.